Hello friends and fellow adventurers. Today, I would like to roll some dice. It's been a long time since I've rolled some dice. It's been a long time since I've put out a video. So today, I wanted to create a character in Pathfinder because I had a fun idea and I want to see how it plays out. Perhaps the campaign can be exciting. I have recorded a few sessions with my wife of Fallout, and I'm currently in the process of editing those. So once those get edited, I will get those put out, and we'll continue our campaign on the side. But I missed playing a little bit of Pathfinder because it's been a long time. So let's get straight into the character creating process. Now, a little bit of the basic idea I'm going for is some type of religious, I want to say zealot, but that's not really an accurate word for what it is in my head. But some type of either... there's a few classes that I think will work good for it. I kind of narrowed it down just a little bit. But they're going to be very close to their god, their deity. And we'll roll to find out who that's going to be. And it's going to be, I think, something like the champion, the cleric, the monk, the oracle. I threw the oracle in there. I've never played an oracle, and I really hope that that's not the one that gets rolled. Possibly a ranger. I know they're not tied heavily to deities, usually, but I just wanted to throw an extra martial class in there so it kind of evened it out. And then lastly, I thought maybe a witch could be a good option. So we'll see how that plays out. Aside from the class restrictions, that's really the only thing that I'm restricting. Everything else, as far as background and ancestry and stuff like that, I'm gonna let the dice decide. So let's hop straight into that. So let's create a new character here on Hero Labs. We're gonna leave the name blank right now, and we will get back to that. So create character. And let's just go straight down the list, knock this out. I'm going to do common ancestries and the uncommon ancestries. So between those two, there are 18 options. So I am going to roll a d20 on either a 19 or a 20. I will re-roll. Alright, so a big question for our new character, our religious zealot, if you will, is going to be 4. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. A goblin. Okay, I'm already kind of excited about this. I've made a bunch of characters in the past, tons of characters, and goblins were always kind of some of my favorite ones to make. I love the idea of playing a goblin, so I'm actually really excited that that came up. Perfect. Alright, so goblin. For our ancestry heritage, what kind of options do we got? We'll just stick with the 7 racial heritages at the top. So we'll roll a d8. On an 8, I will re-roll. And we got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A tailed goblin. Yes, that's awesome. That's one of the ones I built had a tailed goblin. I think it was a monkey goblin that I made. Yep. Likely because you descended from a community of monkey goblins. I like it. Alright, add and close. Next up, we have Ancestry Feat. How many options do we have? Looks like 14 for the first level. Alright, so 14. Alright, we will roll the d20 and re-roll anything 15 and above. Which is not going to be necessary because we got a 10. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hardtail. Okay, your tail is much stronger than most. You can lash out with it with the strength of a whip. You gain the tail unarmed attack that deals 1d6 bludgeoning damage. I love it. Perfect. Add and close. Alright, that sums up our ancestry. So for background, now there's going to be a lot more options on Hero Labs because it's pulling from a lot of different resources, but I'm strictly going to use the ones from the player core in the remaster. For one, because there's only 40 options, so that limits it, and it's easier to sift through. So, that being said, I'm going to roll 2 d20s. If for some reason it comes up a double 1, which I doubt, then we'll deal with that as it comes. But what do we got? A 10 and a 5, so 15. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. An emissary. Okay. As a diplomat or messenger, you traveled the lands far and wide, communicating with new people and forming alliances where you stock and trade. Okay. We'll choose that one. An emissary. None of my past character creations have used emissary. Where is it? Emissary. Alright. I'll read more of the details later. I just wanted this to be a short and simple video. Multilingual languages. So we already know Goblin. Damn, okay. A lot of options. Regional languages. We'll definitely not worry about a lot of those. Okay, so let's just stick with the main one. We'll just stick with these 11 top ones. So we'll roll a d12 and re-roll anything. Re-roll 12s. A 10. Alright. So that's 11, that's 10. Orcish. Add and close. Get one more. We'll roll again. A 12. Okay, we re-roll. 12 again. We will re-roll again. 7. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Goblin. We already know Goblin. Well, that doesn't work. It's letting me add it, though. I'm already a Goblin, though, Hero Labs. I will re-roll that one, then, in that case. Already off to a lot of re-rolls. Alright, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dwarven. I like that. Add and close. Alright. It looks like that sums up our background portion. So, for our class, our next very big important role of character creation. Now, I like I said, I whittled it down to 6 options. So I will roll my d6. Let me get my options out in front of me. Here we go. Big dice roll here. A monk. Yes, that's kind of what I was going for originally in my head. But the dice chose monk. I love it. It was dangerously close to that oracle that I did not want. I haven't played an oracle, and I have nothing against an oracle. It just seems a little bit difficult to run in the Pathfinder world. Regardless, we got monk. I love it. Alright, add and close. Choose a key. Okay. How do I do that? Tell me how. Oh, we gotta do it here. That's how. Alright, dex or strength? Let's let the dice decide. I'll just roll percentile. Anything 1 to 50 will be dex. 51 and above will be strength. Alright, 0-3, it is dex. We are dex based. A first level class feat. Looks like 11 options. But one of them is not used, so we'll just roll a d10. That keeps it simple. I missed the dice tray. We'll roll a d10, keep it simple. A 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Monastic weaponry. Alright, add and close. I'm not questioning the dice. I'm not trying to power build this character. I'm letting the dice decide. The dice are going to be the storytellers of this, and that's how I like it to be. Alright, we will adopt our starting wealth, so that clears up everything for that. Attributes. Okay, so we did pick dex, so I'm going to kind of power game that a little bit. We'll get our +4 in our dex, and I personally always like to get rid of my negative, my flaws. We will do that. So for our background, we still have one option left. I'll roll a d6. See which one we're going to put it in. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do it in con. Perfect. And then I'll roll 3 times for our first level attributes. We got a 2, which it's already put into. Reroll that. Apparently it really wants dex. There we go, 3. Okay, we're gonna be pretty con-oriented. So we're gonna have a good amount of health. 3 again. Okay, thank you, dice. Try some of the other options. There we go, 5. Wisdom, and we got 1 more. This might this might need a few rerolls as well. Yep, there we go. 5, 6. Right on charisma. All right, sweet. So our strength is a 0. That's not good. But hey, we're a monk. You know, we probably spend a lot of time at our monastery, if that is what our background's going to be, or what our background is, an emissary. Perhaps we're an emissary for the monastery that we trained at. We'll flush some of that out in probably session 0. For now, I just want to get through all this, so that's perfect. Background ability boost, at least 1 ability boost. Granted. Must be applied to charisma or intelligence. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay, so... Shit fire. That means I cannot have a +4 in dex. Oh, I can. Okay, we're gonna undo con. There we go. That'll work. So intelligence or charisma. I'm gonna do the same thing with the percentile dice. 31, so that is gonna be wisdom. Cool. Okay, a +2 wisdom, +4 dex. Oh, not wisdom. I meant intelligence. There we go. Okay, now Hero Labs is happy. Okay, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Cool. We have a plus in everything, but a 0 in strength. I like that. It's a lot different than what I would normally build, just off the top of my head. But I like that. Awesome. So we got that fleshed out. What's back? Oh, because our intelligence went up, we get to add a language. Draconic, Gnomish, Halfling. Okay. There's only 3 options, so we'll roll a d6 and we will divide it in half. So a 6, so that's the 3rd option. It's going to be Halfling. Alright, add and close. Perfect. 5 languages as a goblin monk. Our skills, I'm just going to quickly go through and do this. I'll probably cut this part out of the video because that's going to be unnecessary footage. So I will see you afterwards. Okay, cool. That clears that up. We got our starting wealth. And I always like to just start with the very classic Adventurer's Pack. It has all the handy stuff for a very convenient price. Now, weapons. We already have our tail as a weapon because we're a monk. We're a monkey goblin monk. But since we rolled monastic weaponry, we're gonna have to pick something that is related to monk. Alright, so I have narrowed it down to a spear, a bowstaff, a kama, a kahakara, nunchaku, which I assume is nunchucks, and a temple sword. Again, that is 6 options. I'm going to roll my d6 to determine our starting weapons. They can always change, but I feel like whatever we do start with, we'll probably kind of stick close to throughout the game. 3, 1, 2, 3, the kama. Which I believe are basically like little small scythes, like one-handed scythes. So perfect, we'll go with that. Yep, there it is. There's a little picture of what they essentially look like. I'm sure our characters will look slightly different and kind of cater to them. We will buy and close and add those. Perfect. Alright, so we are a monk, so we are better at not being armored. So as far as armor goes, we are just going to buy the explorer's clothing. Boom, boom. Perfect. Now, that's essentially it. I might go through and tidy up a couple other things off camera and whatever. But two important things we need to figure out is, for one, the name. So since we are a goblin, I like to use this website, Fantasy Name Generator. I've used it in the past, and it's pretty helpful. They have a lot of fun tables to choose from. So we'll go to Fantasy Folklore, and I'm pretty sure, yep, Goblin names is one. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, I believe there are 10 options that are on screen at one time. I'm going to roll a d6, and that's how many times we were going to randomly generate it. That's 4. And then we're going to roll a d10 and pick from that. Oh, one other important thing that I just realized, we need to know whether we are male or female. Again, I'm going to roll my percentile dice to figure that out. Female will be 1 to 50. I haven't looked yet. Okay, 53, so it is a male. So we are a male. So we will choose from the male goblin names on this chart. We're gonna randomize it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna roll our d10. We get a 6, so that's 3, 6. Krog. Okay, I like that. For short, it'll just be Krog. Alright, Krog is our name. Krog. I like it. Now, a very important part of our monk and our entire campaign, that is going to be the god, the deity, the inner sea gods. There are 20 options. There's good, there's evil, although alignment was removed in the remaster, which I do agree with. I like that they did that. But nevertheless, there's always good and evil in the world, no matter what. And of course, good and evil is relative, but that's not a subject for this video. Rolling our d20. What deity does our monk Krog worship? What deity called Krog to assemble others? And that is a 7. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Erastil. Old Deadeye. Areas of concern: family, farming, hunting, and trade. I like it. Edicts: care for your home and family, fulfill your duties, keep the peace, protect the community. Alright, so we have a pretty lawful god. I know, obviously I just discussed lawful and chaotic, all that is no more, but this is kind of the premise we're going for. And we're going to add and close that. Perfect. We got a name. We have a gender. Male. Age. Goblins don't live very long. So we're going to start at 15, and we're going to roll a d10. 16. So they are 16 years old, but in goblin years, that's actually pretty mature. As mature as goblins can get, right? Alright. Height and weight, yada yada yada. They're probably pretty fit, so their weight's going to be average. Their height, average. Eyes are always red if you're a goblin. Perfect. Alright. I think that'll do it for this video. I'll go through and I'll get a good profile picture and tidy up all the little loose ends and everything, but for the most part, I think that was a good video. Thank anybody for sticking around if you did, and hopefully I will see you as we see what our monk Krog is going to get into and how they are going to go about the world of Golarion. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and until next time, goodbye, friends.